On a list titled Top 10 Movies That Make You Want to Stay Out of the Water, the website WatchMojo.com names what Spielberg film as number 1.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times people failed on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'll be honest, I thought that was a gimme putt.
For this list, we're looking at times contestants on this show washed out early or went home empty-handed. Which of these moments makes you facepalm the hardest? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jane. You don't need to be a literary scholar to be familiar with Jane Austen or one of the many adaptations of her works. However, this contestant clearly hadn't even seen so much as the Paltrow movie based on one of the author's books. 5 questions in, John Davidson was asked which of 4 listed names was also the title of an Austen novel. He thought the author took inspiration from her own name and went with...
Play Christmas B.
BJ? You sure?
Yeah.
Although Davidson seemed certain of this, the answer was actually Emma. He was visibly crushed to realize he'd lost here and wouldn't take a cent home.
It's the wrong answer.
Are you joking?
Hopefully he didn't hold too much of a grudge against Ms. Austen.
John, you go away with absolutely nothing.
Number 9. Marsupial. There's a big difference between playing along with a game show at home and actually being in the hot seat. Contestant Michelle Simmons says as much before incorrectly answering a question about a word that links a kind of mammal to a religious authority figure.
Carnivore, rodent, primate, marsupial.
She takes her time and even comes close to choosing the correct response. But she ultimately chooses...
So I'll go, my final answer is marsupial.
Final answer.
Yes.
Even an audience member is visibly stressed by the response. While Simmons is disappointed, she still manages to handle her loss with good humor. Meanwhile, we're left imagining a church service run by a kangaroo.
Oh, it's
Never
much easier
mind.
at home, isn't it?
It is.
Number 8. September. The 30 days hath September rhyme is a great tool for remembering precisely how many days are in each month. However, it didn't do this contestant much good.
Do it in your head, because everybody in the country will be doing it.
On his 5th question, contestant Martin Baudry was asked to name the 2nd month of the year with only 30 days. You can already see him going in the wrong direction when he seems to think that April has 31 days. Unfortunately, he ends up choosing...
September. I'm gonna go for it. Final answer. Yeah.
Saying that month instead of the correct answer of June was his downfall. Something tells us he couldn't bear to listen to a certain Earth, Wind & Fire classic on the drive home.
Hey, hope you enjoyed it in a funny sort of way.
No.
Number 7. Water flow. Getting on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire as a college student is impressive, but getting booted after the first question is less so.
You flew in last night, you didn't get here till 3 in the morning, and you haven't slept a wink, huh?
No, I pretty much have coffee flowing through my veins right now.
On his $100 question, college junior Chase Sampson was asked what surge protectors are used for. It seems easy enough for people to remember they protect against electrical incidents, but Sampson seemed to think they prevented flooding and immediately committed to the answer.
I will say B, water flow, final answer. Wait.
Although he tries to go back to correct his mistake, he is crestfallen to realize it's too late. To be fair, Sampson mentioned being sleep deprived and relying on caffeine to stay awake. Maybe he just needed some stronger coffee. Number 6. Jolly Good Fellow. Happy Birthday is a song everyone knows the lyrics to. Well, almost everyone. All contestant Kevin Brown had to do for $1,000 was name what song ended with the words, "and many more." And while you're probably already picturing the cake and stacks of gifts, he confidently chose Jolly Good Fellow without a moment's hesitation.
Jolly good fellow, final answer.
When host Meredith Vieira breaks the news, you can tell Brown is absolutely shocked. He probably would have nailed this easy question if he'd just taken more time to nail his response down. We just hope that Brown was able to keep enjoying his birthdays after that.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I'm so sorry.
Number 5. Front. Lifelines are great for Millionaire contestants who aren't sure of the correct response. But this contestant might have wished he phoned a friend. When asked about a weather term for his make or break the bank question, contestant Dave Snaith opted for a 50-50 lifeline to cut options in half. He could have chosen either front or climate to describe normal weather conditions for an area, but he got a cold and hard truth when he put in his final answer.
And I'll go A again,
front.
While weather fronts are a real concept, they describe something very different from the question. There is no lifeline that could have saved him from leaving empty-handed after this round.
Oh, that's so sad.
Number 4, Rome. Contestant Brendan Andrasic had just graduated from medical school when he appeared on Millionaire. While he might know a lot about the human body, his retail knowledge was severely lacking. For $500, Andrasic was asked a cheeky question about a store where you can take pictures in expensive kitchens and enjoy some meatballs. Those activities are practically guaranteed to happen when you go to IKEA. While Andrasic remembers the store has meatballs, he bafflingly rules it out as an answer. He thinks another country is the key, and even brags that he'll go there if he wins everything. Unfortunately, he doesn't even earn enough for half the airfare because of his wildly incorrect answer. It must have been almost as frustrating as putting IKEA furniture together. Number 3, 4 feet. Sports questions can be tricky. But even if you don't know golf, you might be able to figure out the correct answer to this question through logical reasoning. Unfortunately, that was not the case for contestant Sarah Aurora. For her very first question, she's asked about the depth of a regulation golf hole.
4 inches, 4 feet, 4 miles, 4 light years.
After nearly choosing the right answer, she ultimately goes with 4 feet.
I'm gonna go for it. 4 feet. Final answer.
We don't think golf would have caught on nearly as much if players had to reach 4 feet into the ground to retrieve their balls. Aurora certainly didn't get a hole-in-one with that incorrect response.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Number 2, that's the last stick. For his $100 question, contestant Paul Weir-Galm was asked about a common phrase meaning someone is fed up. As is typical for the first query, this was meant to be an obvious softball question that has a few funny joke options. Galm answers right away while smiling at making what he thought was the right selection. Unfortunately, his response was not as rock solid as he believed.
Hey, that's the last stick. Final answer.
Host Meredith Vieira offers some emotional support once he realizes his mistake. We wonder if he took cues from one of his choices and moved to Canada after missing his opening question. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, owl. While we are not bird experts, we definitely know that owls don't spray ink. But this contestant was a little less sure. For Lovey Yu's first question, she was asked about an animal that uses ink to defend itself against predators.
Cheetah, squid, owl, Paris Hilton.
She managed to dodge the parodied Paris Hilton answer. However, Yu somehow still missed the squid answer. Like many contestants before her, she only realizes her mistake after it's too late to go back.
Owl, C, final answer.
Yu gasps in shock and puts her head in her palms as she gets the bad news. While we know owls say who, we bet she was probably saying why after leaving the game show.
Folks, please stay with us. This happens sometimes. It's very unfortunate.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.